Back It Up with JB.
All right, Futures, welcome back to the binge. Been a while. Good to have you back.
Thanks for having me back, JB.
We'll do another tops on the list today. I got an NFL question for you. You ready?
I'm ready as I can be.
Okay, here we go. Pretty straightforward. In NFL history, there are 8 running backs that have 10,000 plus yards rushing, 4,000 plus yards receiving.
Okay.
Of those 8 players, 3 of them have 10,000 plus, 5,000 plus receiving yards. So guess the 3 backs that have 10,000 or more rushing yards and 5,000 or more receiving yards.
Okay.
This is in NFL history. You know all 3 names.
This is NFL history. Okay.
Yep.
The first one I'm going to throw out there, I would say Marshall Faulk.
Correct. Very good.
Nice. Very nice.
All right. So you got 2 to go with 3 strikes left.
So 10,000 and 5,000.
10-5 club.
Marshall Faulk was the easy one for me. So let's see. Talking about dynamic running backs. Man, and I know all of them. Yeah. I'm going to say this name, and it pains me to say it, but I don't know if he has 5,000 yards receiving or not, but I'm going to say Emmitt Smith.
No.
Okay.
Emmett's not even the top 8.
Wow, really? Okay.
No. It's a really interesting list. I'll share with you. One of them, I won't give you a hint until you get to 2 strikes, all right?
Okay.
I don't want you to run it.
I'm going to... Oh, man. Now I feel like I'm grasping at straws, but I'm going to say Marcus Allen.
Yes. He's number 2. There you go. Marcus. Right. So now you need 1 left to go here with 2 strikes. Now, do you want me to give you a hint? Well, you don't have 2 strikes yet, so I'm not going to give you a hint.
Yeah, wait for that second strike. Let's see. So we got Marcus Allen so far and Marshall Faulk. Man. And I know all of them. So it can't be Barry. Barry wasn't much of a receiver.
Barry's not top 8, you know. He's not top 8. So good job not picking him.
Yeah, I didn't think he was. Oh man, this is tough. The last one is really tough. This might hurt me too, especially if it's right. But,
you got 2 strikes though, so you got 1 to spare here.
Not the fake, or not the real LT, but the fake LT, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Well, the fake LT was the linebacker, right?
Don't ever say that again.
Well, in my book, he was. So your guess is LT?
No, my guess is LaDainian Tomlinson.
LDT is your guess? LA Tomlinson, LADT. Okay. So your guess is Tomlinson, and that is wrong. He has 4,000 yards receiving, not 5. So now you got 1 guess, 1 strike left. You can have 1 hint if you want. Now, it's interesting on this one. You should be able to guess this one. How am I going to, if I give you too good of a hint, you're going to get it, but I'm going to give you the hint anyway. All right.
All right. Let's see.
He is someone that you are very, very, very familiar with. And in successive years, it was like middle of his career, he had 9 fumbles, 8 fumbles, 9 fumbles, 9 fumbles in successive seasons. So he's someone you're familiar with that fumbles a lot.
Oh, man. All right. Well, the first name that comes to my mind is one of my... Oh, man. I don't know if I want to waste my guess on him.
I'm going to need an answer.
All right.
Where's Richard Dawson when you need him?
It can't be. No, I don't think it's him either. No, it can't be him because I don't. Someone I'm very familiar with.
Very familiar with.
I'm going to be kicking myself. I feel like at the end of this. Now I'm focused on that one person that I don't like, but it can't be a Giant. Uh, man, this
All
is
right,
tough.
we're gonna have to
All
go
right.
to the stopwatch here.
I'm going to throw it out there. This is a terrible guess, and I know it's not right, but it's not Tiki Barber, right?
Well, you just said it's not Tiki Barber, so is that your answer? Is that your answer?
I'm guessing Tiki only because my mind is focused on him now, and I really don't think it's him, but I can't think of anybody else.
Okay. So final answer, Tiki Barber is correct.
No way.
Yes. Isn't that wild?
Serious?
So here's the top three. Falk had 12, I'll round it off, 12-3 in rushing yards, almost 6,900 in receiving.
Okay.
Marcus, who's one of my favorite all-time players, 12-2 in rushing and 5.4 in receiving yards. And Tiki, 10,449 rushing yards, 5,183 receiving yards.
Yeah, I knew he was close to 5,000 because I didn't think he went crazy receiving, but all right, that makes sense. And for the record, your hint gave it away. So let it be known that I recognize him as a person who fumbles a lot more than anything.
I have it written down here. I said, you know what? Let me look at his fumble. So that's so let me tell you the rest of the list, right? So you had LT, then you had Walter Payton, Thurman Thomas, Ricky Waters, and Warwick Dunn.
Wow, Warwick Dunn. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about Warwick Dunn. Ricky Waters was going through my head a little bit, and Peyton, but I didn't think Peyton had the receiving, obviously.
He had 4,500 receiving yards. Now, here's a question for you. We'll close it out this way. The old bellwether was 10,000 yards gets you in the Hall of Fame, right? So he has 10,000 and 5,000, and Tiki's not in the Hall of Fame. Should he be in there? Now, Waters is not in there with 10 and 4.
Absolutely not. And only because before
Hold on.
Okay.
I'll give you an extra second to think about it. All right.
All right.
Go.
Basically, if those two guys get into the hall before my main man, who I actually met this weekend, Otis Anderson, doesn't get in there, then there's a tragedy going on with this Hall of Fame, because Otis Anderson, I believe, should be in the Hall of Fame. Super Bowl MVP, 10,000 plus yards, 15-year career at running back. If that doesn't get you in, then Tiki definitely doesn't deserve it, and neither does Waters.
Yeah, but Otis had longevity in his career. Is that why he got to 10, 11,000?
Doesn't matter. If you look at him in the beginning of his career, absolutely phenomenal, and he might have slowed up at the end of his career, but he also changed his running style, which you don't see a lot of running backs do. And he made it to his style because he knew he wasn't the young buck who can cut across angles anymore. So he just took it to the house, and as you saw in Super Bowl 25, had a couple punches thrown at the defense to make sure that he gets to where he has to go.
Yeah, that was nothing more than a really bad Larry Zonka imitation, but we'll leave it at that.
Oh,
so look, you know what's interesting though is here's an interesting counterpoint to what you just said about Otis, right? OJ.
Yeah.
So he had the longevity. When you look at these top three guys, the 10-5 club, Marcus Allen, 222 games. Marshall Faulk, 176 games. Tiki, only 154 games.
Yeah. Tiki. I mean, Tiki had a lot of good. Tiki had a lot of great seasons, obviously, for the Giants. I respect his stats. I respect him as a player. I don't like him personally for what he commented about the Giants, especially the year after he left the football. But Tiki had a huge fumbling problem. That was a constant in Tiki's career. Was okay, well, he's got his 150 yards. How many times is he going to fumble it, and can the Giants hold on to still win it? So that's my case against Tiki, if you want to say.
So in 2000 and 2001, these were the stats I wrote down because I knew that would be the hint that would give it away for you. Mm-hmm. So 9 fumbles, 8 fumbles in successive seasons, and he lost 5 and 6. So he basically lost more than half his fumbles. But in 2002, he fumbled 9 times and only lost it once.
Yeah.
So he did, and if you remember back at that time frame when he was on the Giants, he'd walk around with a football, if I remember correctly, right? I read that, where he would hold it up here, right? Because he didn't want people to, because they knew he had the reputation of fumbling, and he tried to change his hold differently on the ball. So But
And I wouldn't be the Giants fan that I am without mentioning that the person who retaught him how to carry the ball was Tom Coughlin, and essentially saved his career, which we don't have to get into it this episode, but let's just say Tiki didn't really repay him the favor back. So that's my big issue with Tiki. You know, Coughlin saved his career as far as I'm concerned and taught him how to re-carry the ball, you know,
right.
in the league. So high and tight.
There you go. So why don't we end the episode now? You got it. You ran it. Great job. I'll give you a second to take your bitter pill about Tiki, and we'll close it down. All right.
Thank you.
Great job, man. Great job.
Thank you. Good question.
Back it up with JB.